cup up with some leans. Yeah, put my dick in your bitch, please.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of www.whatthefuckgoingon.com, little baby. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see, this episode, by the title, whatever you want to call it, this is sort of a maintenance episode, I guess you'd say, because I'm going to do an oil change on my silver GTR and an oil change on my girl's A91 Supra. Two issues with both cars is the silver GTR. From leaving the airport, I managed to knock one of my diffusers loose, and so it's been dragging. I don't know how I didn't lose it, because I didn't know it was dragging. When you haul ass on the highway, the wind kind of pushes it up. So, you know, a couple 140-mile-an-hour pulls, and then I'm like, oh, everything's cool. But then I keep hearing something dragging, so I found that shit. And then my wife's Supra, same thing. There's a diffuser or a under tray that's hanging for some reason, so I gotta like figure that out. So I'm gonna change the oil in her car first. Yeah, we're gonna find out. And her car's a little bit weird because like the filter is BMW, so you undo like the cartridge and change just the filter itself. You change it in and out, boom, 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 and you put the cartridge back on. That's a little bit weird versus like standard oil filters for cars. You know, put oil in the filter, lube the ring, crank it on there, you know what I'm saying, do your thing, whatever. So also, I remember putting up a poll, I don't know, a while back about doing the oil change on the GTR because it's slammed and how much of a pain in the ass it is to do. So yeah, I can show you guys that as well. I don't know if it's gonna translate in video because I'm gonna probably do like the time-lapse shit, but I'll go back over it again, hopefully, if I don't forget. And yeah, finna do this shit right now, the baby. Boom!
Yeah, it's on for the project, nigga. Take you on a trip on the north side of this album. Putting this ghetto bump in your speakers, nigga. Hypnotize the label, you know the business, boy. Breaking down some reaper, rolling up a sweeter, riding through the street, cheaping like a heater. Reaper got me missile, all they go them blue boys, searching my vehicle. Breath smell like liquor, man, this project better. Play up from the 6 out, always pack the yacker. Go deep in my missile, hustle for the cheddar. Tryna live it better. You respect a man or you get some bloody sweater. Now we're pounding juicy, hypnotize the label. Hold it off my nutsack and let go my ego. Chopping up a Kia, riding on 20 years. Don't you wanna be a player just like me? Hanging out with killers, creeping on the comer like the ones before me. Dog, I'm tryna blow up. I don't give a fizzer, man. I want the kiss out from your baby mama. No, Memphis on the missile. Where the killers hang, where that work at, where the killers hang, where that work at, where the killers hang, where that work at, where the killers hang, where that work
You did good, say.
It's us, man. They is never dead. Northside, hey, Northside.
Pull up in the pizza, higher than the picture. Northside player getting head from a stripper. Gold mouth pizza, fucking with that hip on. Dog food, shawty, all that shit you sellin' stepped on. Better get the fuck on, fuck up off the stripsy. Put that glizzy glass to make it pop and leave them dissies. Took his hoe with me, I heard she was a pussy. Coke by the pussy, cup pussy got the earring. Let my girl
kept fighting till I style all chewed up. Now my head all screwed up. You were on that bitch when I was fucking on the late last night. Window gave me a 50 patch, boy, I was feeling nice. Drooling on myself, I couldn't even get my dick off. Could have been a monk if I wasn't so fucking clicked off. Grade 5'9", bitch, I died for one of mine. Southside of the lake, I travel north to see my slime. New Orleans born and bred, I make $1 out of dime. Always on my toes, I keep my fingers on my nine.
I hope they recognize, fucking with me, you will see the devil's side. Not alive, hit the Freddy, get you better run inside.
I got my Glocky with me, bitches always at the shifty. I'm counting up big by 50, testing me, it's very risky.
You ain't so hard, fucking bitch, you fucking fraud. Ain't my job, teach you listen, better count your fucking blessings.
I'm a boss, take the loss. If you hate me, fingers crossed. I'm a beast, ain't the least. Get the killing, it's a beast.
I'm on my grind, and I never have to find what I'm looking for. Say the word and body start to hit the flow.
I think I got it going, running from the top, you know.
I'm ready to you, how I posted in the cover book.
I never heard of you, pussy boy, ain't got the juice. I wanna kill a boo, that's all I wanna do.
Stocking up on ammo, always ready for the next. I'm about to fuck your life up, cause you fucking with your every.
Please do not do it, Freddy, please, can you stop?
Nah, bitch, I'm a demon and I'm running on the clock.
Yama, big teams, wagwan. Okay, so you've seen the video, obviously, because you fucking watched it. You were there, I was there. That means we was there. Boom, little babe, you know what I'm saying? So, what that had said was, you see in the video where I have, so I took my girl Supra, and it has a under tray that was actually curled outward and over, and I think that was from when I lowered the car more. You know, hitting some bumps, random bullshit, and then potentially getting wet. It's kind of like carpet material almost. It's really weird. It's like a fiberglass carpet material. So I think it got wet, got knocked downwards or pulled down somehow from her pulling in and out of like somewhere. And then now it's just dragging, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So I just unbolted it, shoved it back in the hole, just stuck it back up, whatever. And the Supra's kind of weird because the Supra, the oil filter, you change just the filter media itself. And so you just pull the top off with the filter, pull the old filter itself out, put a new one in there, put it on. But what sucks is when you take the top off, oil comes out and oil fucking spills. I don't know where I'm fucking going with this camera. So oil comes out, oil fucking spills. So then like, you need like a rag to try to like catch this shit. So don't get it across your fucking hood. I mean, not your hood, your fender, and your fucking engine bay with fucking oil and shit. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's that design's kind of stupid. But besides that, you know, whatever. But yeah, that went, you know, pretty straightforward. Then she ended up watching like a YouTube video while I was YouTubing her to reset the light. Cause like we forget, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you can change like the numerical value of when the oil light comes on. Like in the GTRs, you can change it to whatever you want within limit. I think the limit is 10,000 miles or 15,000 or something. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to do it. That car's like way too advanced for me. So fuck all that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? That's her job, babe, you know what I'm saying? Boom. So, silver GTR. Hold up. Boom. Okay. So the silver GTR, that I knocked the oil pan tray loose from when I fucking went to the airport. So I went to the airport. Yeah, went to the airport for the Connecticut trip. If you haven't seen that, look at it. Check it out. There's a couple Ferraris in there. You might want to see with your motherfucking eyes. So then what had happened was, yeah, so that car, Well, I did in that car. See, I already forgot, you know what I'm saying? A different day, whatever. But yeah, so that car, I broke the tabs that bolt on the oil tray to the car, and which really sucks, by the way. I did that shit, and then it's already hard enough to get the 10mm bolts loose on that, because every time I hit bumps or anything, those the head and 10mm bolts end up scraping off. So usually when I have to change my oil, because the filter and the drain plug, as you see, are like right next to each other, like really close. So when I have to change my oil, basically, it's like, fucking shit. When I change the oil, it's like, man, how do I put it? It's so hard. I always have to get like a fucking, like channel locks and shit, or like vice grips, and like barely clip on the fucking edge of the fucking what's left over of the nut, which are usually pretty much fucking gone. One of the times the nuts, I ended up having to just take a fucking hammer and bust the edges of it off, drop the panel, and then just take like vice grips from the side and just like lightly fucking spin it loose. I never tighten those bolts loose, tight on purpose, just for that reason. So like, it's a pain in the ass. So you gotta fucking put it on the wood, gotta back the car in, which means I got a 40-point turn in my driveway, because I can't drive it out of my driveway. I can only go in nose first. I can't go in reverse, because the back bumpers technically have the ground, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, it's a pain in the ass. So you got to see that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know it doesn't translate in video, but I ended up ordering a new pan, not a new one, a brand used one. So, you know what I'm saying, used from somebody else. I found out two things: that apparently Nissan sells them for a pretty good price considering it's coming from the dealer. And then Z1 Motorsport sells an aluminum one. And I almost bought the aluminum one, but I decided not to, because them fucking panels all hit the ground, and I don't want that aluminum ass panel to get smushed and then retain its shape upwards, like in the oil pan or something like that, right? So I'd rather have the plastic trays that are probably lighter weight, way more flexible. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the car wasn't slammed, I'd have bought a fucking aluminum one, called it a day, ain't gotta worry about shit, you know what I'm saying? But because the car is so low, I wanted trays that move, that have flex, that have bendability, you know what I'm saying? So you see me change a little motherfucker Earl, see what it's like in the GTR, see what it's like in the Supra. Yeah, so that's the long story short. I mean, it was a pretty long story, so it wasn't that short, my bad. And yeah, stay tuned, because she's coming back, baby. I mean, by coming back, I mean I'm gonna work on it more. You'll see. You'll see. Don't you worry about that, little baby. So without further ado, boom! Stay tuned for the next episode. WhatTheFuckGoingOn.com/Dragon Ball Z. You heard me?